Alrighty, the next thing I want to talk to you about today is your language, the English that we're doing. So this week we're talking about sentences. We're talking about the complete thought in a sentence. So when I say the boy and girl what? The goal here is that you have a complete thought. So the boy and girl danced. That is more of a complete thought because it gives them the subject of the sentence and then the action part of the sentence. So whenever you have a sentence, you want to have a complete thought. The cactus was very sharp. The dog ate his food. Those are all complete thoughts. And then what you do is you make sure you start your sentence with a capital letter and you end with a period. So we have the watermelon is juicy. I wanted you to see this. So our subject of the sentence is the watermelon. We're talking about what the watermelon is, and it's juicy. Do you see on the top of my sentence here, I have a capital letter. The end of my sentence, I have this period. It's a whole thought. The watermelon is juicy. If I was to say juicy, you'd be like, what? The candy cane? That peach? No, the watermelon is juicy. So our goal is to be thinking all the way through our sentences and noticing it. You're going to have on your paper, it's going to give you two choices. And one of them says, my dad, and the other one says, my dad plants the trees. So you're going to write, my dad plants the trees with a capital letter and a period at the end of the complete sentence. That's what we're doing today. And then throughout the week, we're going to find the subject. So if we have the dog is barking. The subject of the sentence is the dog. The sentence is about the dog. Who is it about? What is it about? Where is the sentence? Those are the ones that the orchard is beautiful. That is the place that we're talking about. It's the subject of the sentence is usually in the beginning. It's usually what the sentence is about. So you might see Jesus is God. Who's the sentence about? Jesus. So the subject of the sentence is Jesus. So when you're looking for sentences, it's very likely you're going to be finding the subject in the beginning of the sentence. Then there's 4 kinds of sentences. There is the declarative, which ends with a period usually. You're saying something. Then there is the interrogative, which is when you have a question, like interrogating. Interrogative that's where we get the word interrogate. Interrogative is a question that usually starts with a who, a what, a where, why, how, those kinds of things. How did she do her homework? Where did she go to get her hair done? Why is she so busy? How does she get all of her things in her backpack? Those are all questions. That's all interrogative questions about who, what, where, when, why she does what. And then the next one is an exclamatory sentence, which means you are very excited. Like when you're like, I'm getting a new pet, like super excited, you're going to end with an exclamation point. And then the last one is imperative. And that's usually usually a command, and it can end in either a question mark an exclamation point or a period. So an imperative sentence is like when your mom says, go clean your room. That means it's important. You need to get it done. Or when God says, obey my laws, then that is an important sentence and it has an exclamation point. You can also be imperative and it just be a period. Like when I look at my kids and I go, stop. That's an imperative sentence. I am telling them right now that they need to stop. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't being mad. I was telling them that they have to stop. So it's imperative that they listen, that you listen. So that is an imperative sentence. That's what we're working on this week is sentences. Declarative, imperative, exclamatory, interrogative. And you're going to find those through your worksheets that you'll be working on those. Okay, that's what we're doing in English. And then also, since I have you here, I'm going to talk to you about your spelling. Your spelling list this week. Where did I set my spelling list? Sorry, I didn't mean to push you around. I'm sure that made your stomach hurt. I have a pile of spelling lists. Oh, I put it here. Okay, so spelling test is Friday. Maybe we can Marco Polo your spelling list. and we're going to do it. So what your job is for your spelling is your job is to go over your spelling words every night. The first 3 nights, sometimes it'll be 3 nights, sometimes you'll have 4 nights. This week you only have 3 days to do this. The first night is 5 words. You're going to write a sentence. The second night you're going to do 5 words, the other 5 words, and write a sentence. And then the last one, you're going to write each word 2 times. That should be enough to get you to cover your practice so that you can know these words. And then you're going to be tested on these 10 words on Friday so that you have them available to you. And then you know them, and then you can use them in your sentences and in the way that you're writing as we're doing our writing. So bark, scent, find, more, place, pray, skirt, team, thank, and train. And if you look at some of them, they have the words, the phonograms that we've been working on. So if you look at pray, it ends with AY, which is a 2-letter A that we do use at the end of English words. And then skirt has the first. Thank has th in it. And then train has a 2-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words right there in the middle. And then there is the bossy E in fine and more. And scent has the C sound, the S sound with the C, because when you have a C and an E, it's usually making this sound. And usually if it's at the beginning of a sentence or at the beginning of a word, that C is pretty, when it's combined with an E. And then bark has the AR, which we have not yet got to, but we will get to that phonic song or phonic letters soon. So homework spelling is 3 nights a week. And then also you need to be reading every night. So those are your spelling words, and those are the activities that I'd like you to use with them. I think that's all for our language for this week. Okay.